They're right there. Okay. I like that. Okay. Should I get so what's it called? While we wait? I don't know how this how live stream works though. Like I don't know how people get notified.
Are we even streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah. Yeah. See, live right there.
Can't wait. Watch your video.
Okay, we have one person in our live.
All right, that's cool.
Okay, while we wait for people to come in, should I get the cue cards and we write down in order what we want to talk about? Because we didn't do that yesterday.
No, that's fine. So we'll just talk about it whenever we hit the
1 o'clock mark.
1 o'clock. Yeah. So guys, we're just starting it up, and we're gonna start at 1 o'clock. So
ooh, look at all these emojis.
In 8 minutes, inshallah. Let's see.
Oh, that's a super chat. I don't want that. Walaikum salam.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, Amir's leaving to South Africa in a couple of days. So
yeah, so Friday.
Yeah, so we may not be able to make Marriage Mondays for the next 2 weeks. So we felt like maybe doing a live will kind of make up for that. Maybe not.
And we'll do something.
Maybe. And post it?
Yeah, we'll try and record during the week, probably before I leave, and then we'll have 2 videos. So then it's just just post 2.
Yeah, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. From the UK.
I wonder what time it is there. Let me put my world clock on so I can keep like a tab of what time it is in other countries.
Should we say like welcome to Marriage Sundays?
It's Monday somewhere.
It is, I think.
Yeah, right? It's Monday somewhere. Canada. They got maple syrup there, babe.
It's 18.
That's 6:53.
Is it Monday anywhere for some people? Welcome to Marriage Sundays. Yeah.
I don't think it's really Monday for anybody.
Not yet.
No. But still.
You'd have to check China. That'd be the
China.
Land of the Rising Sun. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. China. No one's from China, though.
So it's Monday in China. So technically.
Oh, it's Monday in Somalia.
Oh. So we're still keeping it Marriage Mondays.
Yeah. It's
but
Monday
I think we should say welcome to
Marriage Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we will. Did you guys hear about the Punished Muslim Day? I'm low-key scared. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I feel like it's all a hoax.
I heard of it, but I think it's mostly for the
UK Muslims.
UK. So I know that like UK, they've been having more issues with
Islamophobia.
Yeah, Islamophobia and attacks like that. So you should definitely be on your P's and Q's because you never know.
Ooh, Tanzania. Some people were attacked in France. Yeah, see, it's like Europe. There's Italy.
Yeah, America, we don't really
get that much like hate compared to. I guess it depends on what part you're in, also.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like I'm not that scared.
Yeah.
Like I wish someone would try to run up on me. Like run up on me. I don't got my pepper spray anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it.
That's why I learned how to wrestle, because then if anyone tries me, I can drop them quick.
I'm scared, but we stay strong. All of us with some standing. I need to get my glasses.
Yeah.
I cannot.
We're gonna have to. I think when the video actually goes up, we'll edit in the description, I guess, the time frames that we're actually talking about our topic, because it posts the entire video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to put in timestamps for the start and stop of the actual video.
Ooh, Austria.
We should have said that in the beginning.
What? We'll just put it in the description.
Yeah.
Too late now. We're already 4 minutes in.
Yeah. All right. This is our first time, so I guess even though we're doing a topic, maybe we'll still make a video on the topic, if that makes sense.
Wait, why still make a video on the topic?
Because like when people come and watch it and they see us kind of just talking, right? They're like, what are you guys doing? You know?
People could fast forward it. I feel like making a whole nother video is just kind of like redundant.
Oh, maybe we could extrapolate it and then nah.
No, babe, no, it's doing too much.
We'll see.
Visit the UK one day. Hey, your layover's in London.
I have a layover in I do have a layover in London. 5 hours. Assalamu alaikum.
It's from Cameroon.
Yeah, I have a friend from Cameroon. Cameroon's dope. I don't even speak English very, very good, but I look at your videos.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
We appreciate everybody watching our videos.
Thanks for the support.
It's a fun experience. We got about 3 more minutes before we actually start the topic.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions now, you could go ahead and get that in.
Yeah, you can ask your question. So after we go through the topic, then we'll kind of just be on and we'll talk a little bit.
We've never been to England, and we're both from America. We're both American.
Yeah. Where are you from originally or initially? I was born in Chicago.
I was born in California.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet? We actually have a whole series of our meeting.
Yeah, our story.
Yeah, our story.
It's a long story.
But
I think we've got almost an hour of.
Yeah, over an hour, because one is 20 minutes. I think one is close to actually 2, 4, 6. Actually, about
an hour of our story. So
an hour.
We can't really get into that. If you want to know about our story, it's in our videos.
Yeah.
Just have to check it out.
So there's something else up there. Yeah.
Right, we got 2
Oh, what's
minutes.
the topic? Today's topic is
No. They gotta wait.
You gotta wait? Okay,
you gotta wait. You gotta wait until we do our introduction, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back down here. Are y'all Somali? No, we're not. We're actually African American. I'm half white, but yeah.
All right.
We can see. Oh, I did put that in there. So, I had to put the topic in there.
Oh, you did?
At the title.
Oh, dang. Then, I mean, they asked a question and it's there. So.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you say the topic was anyways? What did you put it as?
I forgot.
Second marriage or
I forgot.
polygyny?
Babe, they want to see your hair.
My hair?
I'm assuming they're talking to you.
No. Yeah.
Bam.
Bam. Yeah, she braided it today, so pretty happy about that.
Do you have a hijab story or how to work through your struggles while wearing hijab? I actually don't really have a hijab story. I do, but it's just one day I decided to wear hijab with my
It's 1 o'clock, babe.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Marriage Sundays. Where we spend Sundays talking about marriage. My name's Amir.
My name is Kamara.
And today we're going to talk about having a second wife.
And things you should think about before you enter a polygamous relationship.
Yep. So we've got a list of things that we came up with to talk about this topic. And the first thing that you need to think about is why are you looking for a second wife?
Yeah, what is your reason? What is your
reasoning? For me, I think that if I was looking for a second wife, it would only be because I think that I'm a decent guy, right? And I have the ability. I have the ability to provide a good relationship for another Muslim because there's hell. No, listen. There's hell of situations because so first of all, women outnumber men, right? So there's not enough. There's not enough men for the women that are out there. So you need
to go bless a sister's life.
There's some women who will not be married because there's simply not a guy out there for them. So and then you have guys that aren't worth anything, right? So there's guys that are freaking scumbags or guys that, are imprisoned or, criminals, things like that. So the good men out there are limited. So then I guess it's probably every 1 for 4, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah.
1 in 4 guys might not be marriageable. So you can, so you have to figure out why you are looking for a second marriage.
Yeah.
What do we got next, babe?
Next thing it is, can you afford it? Because you can't just be going around trying to get married if you could barely support one wife and one family. A second wife means a second family. Third wife means a third family. So if you're trying to add on to your family, you got to ask yourself, can I afford it? Do my wives have to work? Your wife shouldn't have to work. If you have enough money to get a second wife, then you have enough money to pay all your bills entirely without any of your wives working. That's just what I'm saying.
That's a good good point.
Yeah.
You also need to think about, once you're getting married, if you're able to get, a second apartment, which you should have, you don't want like one room for one wife and the second room right next to that room for the next wife.
No way.
It definitely doesn't work like that. Like women, it's not going to work. So you're going to have a different a different location for each of your wives, or like some people have like duplexes, whatever, something like that. So something that completely separates one wife for another. And you have to think about what's going to happen if you have a child or something like that, right?
Or have a child at the same exact time.
Right. If you have multiple wives, you increase the possibility of having children, and children are expensive, right? So you have 2 wives and then you have like 2 children from each wife.
Oh, what if both wives got pregnant with twins? Oh man.
Oh man.
Then, wow.
That's a big test.
That's a huge test.
All right. What else do we got?
Are you going about it the right way?
Yeah. Are you informing your wife? So some guys don't think that they have to inform their current spouse whether or not they're looking for a second wife or not. And so when in these situations, when the original wife finds out that you're actually looking for it, not even that you're married, she's very hurt and she
feels betrayed. Right. It's like you've been lying, you've been sneaking around.
Right, and in those situations, the woman is always upset. She's always pissed.
Yeah, there's no fixing it after that.
Yeah, so she's always it's almost like for them it feels like you're cheating for the woman.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like, you've gone behind my back, you've been talking to this girl, right? I've been giving you my all, but you've been giving me half of you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, very well said.
I'm not going to say that it's like completely cheating, because I think you're within your rights.
A guy is within his rights, definitely. It's like no one's going to say like, oh, it's haram for you to get a second wife. That's not what it's about. It's about taking your first wife into consideration and saying, hey, babe, listen, I love you so much,
Right.
But I feel like I am, at the point in my life where I can take on a second wife. And I just want you to know that that's how I feel. That way the first wife is not caught off guard when her husband comes home one day talking about, hey, I'm about to get married tomorrow. Or, she sees her husband's phone ring and it's from a woman. And she's like, hey, I'm trying to look for my new husband. And she's like, what? That's my husband,
Yeah, true. So definitely take in consideration how your wife will react to the situation.
Exactly.
All right. What's next?
If you do get a second wife, can you be fair to both of them? That's a huge thing. That's like a right upon every wife. And depending on the location you live in, it's kind of impossible to be fair to both of your wives unless you're going to like neglect their rights entirely.
Yeah, because in America, in most countries, I'm not sure, but you can only be legally married to one person, which means that if you die, all of your belongings and things like that go to the spouse that you're legally married to. And women can be very vindictive. So you can't guarantee that your wife that you're legally married to will equally distribute the money to your second or third wife.
And their children.
Yeah, and their children who technically have no rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be able to, I don't know how, but you want to like
You
really
gotta
set
go
up
to a
a
new
way.
country and move.
You want to really set up a way that all of your wives can be equal, like treated
But
equally.
not just
once
that,
you
like
pass.
it's not even about like once you pass, it's about like while
I mean,
you're still
yeah.
living, because it's like when you're legally married, the wife has legal rights to medical, to like dental, to all these different benefits that a second wife would not have.
Right.
So if you are married to one wife and then your first wife is receiving all these benefits and you come in as a second wife, you're like, hold up, I'm sick, I need to go to the doctors, and I'm not trying to pay like $500. Like, I need some medical too. Like, that's not fair on her that she doesn't have those type of benefits.
But that also what comes into play there is, being able to afford your wife, right? So if I have the ability to afford, paying
those medical bills,
the medical bills and things like that, then it's not of concern, right? So being able to treat your wife fairly means that you might need a little bit of extra money that you didn't plan on having, just to cover her medical expenses, to cover her dental, buying her clothes, keeping her utilities on, things like that. So taking into consideration everything that will encompass treating both the third and the fourth, or treating them properly and fairly.
Okay, so next thing is this woman that you are pursuing good for you, your family that you have, and your dean?
Right. When another woman enters your life, right, you never really know someone until you live with them. So you're taking on things that
you're taking on an unknown.
Right. You don't know how things are really gonna work. Like, myself and Kamara, when we got married, we had our own things that we had to get through, our own barriers that we had to cross, right? And because of that alone was like kind of like slight conflict in that.
It was like a challenge of trying to figure out. Nothing's been going off all day. Oh, is that the carbon monoxide thing?
Yeah. No, I think it just needs a battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying how that in itself was a challenge because we didn't really know each other. That thing ruined my whole train of thought.
All right. So, what was the topic?
It was is this person good for me, my family?
Yeah. Are they going to be good for you and your family? So you have to realize that you're going to need some time to get to know this person, right? And something that I was talking to Kamara about the other day is that, the wife that you currently have, and you yourself, you have insecurities, right? And is this woman going to cause your wife to be more insecure, right? Your wives, when you marry different people, right, they're not going to be on the same level in every regard. Like one's going to be more attractive than the other. One may be smarter than the other. One may be taller than the other, or in better shape, younger, things like that. And these things can cause for insecurities to increase and cause you troubles, and
a whole bunch of troubles.
You're getting married, you're trying to fulfill the sunnah, and you're struggling. It's not gonna. The thing is, it's not gonna be easy regardless. Like, marriage isn't the easiest thing in the world. So having multiple wives and being married with multiple individuals isn't going to be the easiest thing either. So you want to be able to accept the challenge.
There's another thing I wanted to mention is that, there are some women who enter a polygamous relationship knowing that, they're going to be a second wife, but they don't want to be a second wife. So they cause all this trouble between the first wife and, the husband. Trying to cause them to like separate. But it's like, you don't enter a polygamous relationship trying to ruin someone's marriage. You have your own marriage with him and they have their own marriage with them. So if that's the type of relationship you are entering, then don't, stay out of someone else's relationship. It's not yours to meddle with.
That should be another point. So for women who are talking to guys who already have a wife, you should do your best to respect that bond at that time, because you may or may not end up with this individual, right? So you need to find a way to respect the union that they already have.
Exactly. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to also mention was looking back at the marriage contract, because there are marriage contracts where women states that she does not want to be in a polygamous relationship. So women, that is our right to put that inside of our contract. If we don't want to be in that type of relationship, we don't have to be in that type of relationship, but it has to be stated before you guys even get married. So if your husband comes to you and he's talking about, oh wait, I'm trying to get a wife, you go like, what's the paper say? You can't. Then you gotta take it to like marriage court.
Yeah.
With any madam or something.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's not what you guys want, then that needs to be discussed before marriage even happens.
Yeah. And also, like what she says, it obviously depends on how you practice Islam, because things get like really complicated when she bring like a sheikh or something in. So by no means are we saying like this is it, right? We're just giving. I want to remind that we're giving our advice on the situation, and that we're not sheikhs or imams, but yeah, giving you some good points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we got? We got one more. How many more do we got?
No, that was it. We talked about everything we did. Can I afford it? Am I going about it the right way? Can I be fair to both of them? Is this woman that I'm pursuing good for me, my family, my deen? What does my contract say? And why do I want a second wife? So we pretty much, dang, babe, we got good. We only did that in like 13 minutes.
Yeah, we're good, man.
We're good. Damn.
All right. Now we got to check out some of these questions.
Some of the comments, because there were a lot of good ones on there.
And we got to go up.
Yeah.
Up. Let's see.
That's a lot.
Man. Okay. So, did you hear something?
Okay. Okay. No. More down.
Did it take time to get used to making videos? It took us like 2-3 weeks. So our first video that we made,
our very first one in Lake Tahoe
was like, you guys didn't see it. It was
so bad.
It was super bad. We did it at Lake Tahoe, and it was like it was really light in the background, so all you could see was our bodies and like smoke in the background, and we didn't have any points or anything. So because of that, we did a scripted first video, and then our second week we only had points and we talked about it, and then so that was like 3 weeks right there. So then after that, we were able to just like, we basically crank out the videos on Sunday night. Takes us like 20 minutes to do it. Then
it takes us longer than 20 minutes. It takes about like an hour plus, because 40 minutes
20 minutes to like
20
to record.
Hold on, 20. It takes 20 to 40 minutes to record, and then another like maybe like 10-15 minutes to edit, and then that whole uploading thing.
Yeah, but I think we're good to go live now, because it doesn't take us that long to really talk about our topics now. So we're more comfortable with actually going live and doing this.
Can you guys vlog more? Inshallah, we try to, but it's kind of difficult with like our schedules and things like that. Is there a chance of a baby? No. Sorry. I just have chubby cheeks.
Okay, let's see. Keep going.
That's what I was trying to do.
Amir ain't about that life. What life, man? I'm living
the second
good.
Wife life, babe. The second wife life.
I got to get my bands up for sure.
You can't even take him seriously. Amir, you're not going to get through this.
8 wives all the way. You're tripping for sure.
That sounds like super haram.
She can't even take him seriously.
I read that one. I have 2 husbands. That sound like a whole bunch of problems. It's crazy. Good men are few and far between. Am I the 1 in 4? Thank you for thinking that all women are not scumbags. That's funny. Yeah.
Oh.
One wife is expensive. Imagine.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, man.
What?
Yeah, like not all men are marriageable, but not all women are marriageable as well. Like, get your stuff together. We all need to.
Y'all talk about addressing smelly husbands. Yeah, tell them to shower.
Yeah. Also, the food that you cook for them, it may be making them sweat profusely. So
True. Chill with the cumin.
Yeah, cumin. Some of the spices that you put in the food that you make for your husband, it could make you smell pretty bad.
Okay, because hold on. Let's start from there. We have too many down there.
We gotta actually answer some questions that was related to the video. Let's see. Someone said, "I see so many non-Muslims in polygamous marriages handling it better than Muslims." I'm like, what? We should have more taqwa, more fear.
I think there are a lot of people who are in polygamous relationships who handle it, fine. Mm-hmm. And it's just when rights are not given in the proper way that it causes a lot of problems. Like with any marriage, you have rights that need to be given. And when you have more than one wife, that's more than one rights that you have to give. That's one man trying to give multiple women like their rights. It's like, it's a lot of work. And if those rights are not being received properly, then it's like, what's up,
Yeah.
Why is it something that should even exist now, apart from the reasons I said? Genuine question. That was talking about being married to form like ties between tribes and stuff like that. But like what you were saying earlier, how there are not a lot of good men in the world.
Yeah. So I think that polygyny is feasible. I think that it's necessary in society, actually, because there's so much.
She said, "I wish someone would marry my husband. I need a break."
That too. Just the fact that women outnumber men by such a large degree, it makes it very difficult. Like even in non-Muslim society, right? They have a lot of like boyfriend and girlfriends that are cheating on one another, and it's just because there's just women out there and men out there, obviously, who have. Actually, I guess it's not relevant. I'm just gonna stop.
But someone was talking about how a person who puts it in their marriage contract, that's not grounds for divorce. It is grounds for divorce because the marriage contract is a part of what both parties agree upon. If something is violated in the marriage contract, that is grounds for divorce. If someone chooses to do that, this is an agreement that they made. And as we know in Islam, like breaking promises and breaking agreements is not permissible. It's not something that we could do. So if someone is breaking,
but the question that someone would pose is that can you make an agreement that possibly goes against a commandment that you've been given, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Allah allows you to be able to have 4 wives, right? So can you agree that someone can't have 4 wives, right? It's like Allah tells us not to like we can't eat pork, right? But you're like, let's make an agreement that we're gonna eat pork. It doesn't work like that.
That is not a very good example.
Why not?
Because that's different. I think an example would be like if a woman and a man were getting married and the guy was like, I want you to work and I want you to pay some of the bills, right? It's her money. She could do whatever she wants with the money if she decided to work. But at the end of the day, she doesn't have to pay the bills. But if she agrees to that, even though it is her right that she doesn't have to pay the bills, that's her right. It's not haram if she pays the bills. It's not haram if she keeps her money, but it's her right. Same thing about a man getting married. It's not haram for him not to get married to a second wife. It's not haram for him to get married to a second wife. It's his right. But if he says, you know what, I'm not going to do this right. This is not something that I really want to do. I'm not interested in it. But let's make a contract just to state that I'm not interested in it for future references. Same thing about the money. If he's like, I would like for you to pay. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm good with it now. But what if, one day she's like, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't want to pay anymore. But he's like, you agreed to help me with this. Like, this is something you guys, you agreed to it. So I think that's more of it than the whole pork situation.
She said that my sister's married to a scholar and it's in their contract. So I guess it's possible to put it in the contract.
Yeah, something that you guys agree upon.
I'm not entirely sure. Amir, you still drink Somali tea? Seen you drinking in the old vlog. Of course, man. Tamale tea is great. I like tea in general.
Yeah,
like,
tea is good.
Tea is so good.
Do you think polygamy is needed in modern society? Yes and no. Yes, in terms of it depends on where you live, because like Amir says, I think a woman should have a husband. I think women should have that type of security. And I mean, not every woman needs this, you know, not everyone needs this type of security, but some women do. Some women don't have the resources to be by themselves. They don't have that safety to be by themselves. Yeah. And I think having a husband is good. And like Amir was saying earlier, there are not a lot of good men. So if you have this man who is good on his deen, who is loving, who can support all of these wives, and it's like, if you need a husband, there's one right there. You just have to share him. You just can't get him to yourself.
That's true. All right, so let's see what it says. What advice would you give for someone who thinks of starting to dress more modest? I mean, for guys, I guess it just, keep your shirt on, and, wear looser pants. Women do like look at your behind and stuff like that. So wear looser pants, maybe kind of like somewhat bigger shirts so that your chest and stuff aren't showing. So you want to wear clothes that you look nice, but you're not attracting too much attention. And for women, in America, you gotta go to a lot of different stores. I apologize, the men in America have made it very difficult for women to find modest wear. But if you look, you'll be able to put together great combinations. There's a lot of women bloggers or Muslim female bloggers that do a great job of showing nice outfits to wear and be modest at the same time.
And you can't eat pork out of necessity. Yeah. I mean, that's life or death.
Yeah, life or death.
That's life or death. And I think that can't even be compared
it's hard because, when there's a McDonald's around every corner, it's very difficult to find a life or death situation.
Yeah.
You got to eat pork.
Yeah, that's like...
Yeah, like going to a restaurant where like they only serve pork and you're like, oh man, it's a necessity.
No, it's not.
It doesn't work like that.
I just want to mention the comments. This is not a time to really be arguing about the differences of opinion. Like if you don't agree with someone, just like, okay, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I don't think it's really necessary to keep it going. If someone says something that you don't agree with, it's like, cool, great, good for you.
All right, let's see. What else did we have? Person was with one woman for 25 years. Correct. Amir, what are you chewing?
Are you chewing gum?
I'm chewing gum. I got issues.
What's a Ringly?
Yeah, what's a Ringly? I love the fact that there's a young couple giving marriage advice. Yeah, I like it too, man.
Amir's hecka old.
Yeah, I'm not that old. I feel like when we started this, we started because when you get advice from older people, they haven't really gone through the same things that we've gone through, right? We've grown up in a different time period, so they're trying to tell you to do things one way, but things have long past their time, right? Like in politics and everything, right? It's the youth, it's us that are going to be the ones that are changing direction and steering the world into the future. And I'm going to snatch you. That's so funny. Someone's going to come for me now. This guy, thanks for the...
I think that's Super Chat.
Super Chat?
Yeah.
That's cool. We low key don't know what like super chat and all
I
that is.
think that
but
is super chat because that was like it's like
yeah,
highlighted.
It's highlighted, and maybe they donated because it says like 20.00. So does that mean they donated $20?
I don't know, but whatever it was, thank you for using super chat, even if it was to if Amir dies. Stop it alone.
Dang.
Someone's coming. I'll give you a long life, babe.
Yeah, inshallah.
A
Ringly is a type of gum.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I don't know why I was thinking like a rubber band.
Yeah. Fresh trim. All right, let's see. The question it says, is a Muslim man restricted to give?
No, required to give the same mahr to each of his wives. You know what? I do not know. That's a great question because I know not all of the wives of the Prophet had the same type of banquet for the walima.
The mahr is something that's decided by the woman.
Yeah.
So that's on the
wives.
The wives. So if you requested something, in some instances, a wife may ask for something, and the husband or the guy will say like that's not enough. Like if, for instance, if someone's got a lot of money and they say, oh, like can I have like $5,000 or something like that, he might say that's not enough. I have to give you more, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just within their feasibility, what they're able to afford. So then they're like, okay, 10,000 or something. And they're like, all right, I'll give you 50,000, right?
Ooh, like shoot, yes.
I mean, it all depends on their level of I guess income and things like that, like what they're able to provide, what they're able to give. Let's discuss the meher. The meher might be something for another day.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
We could talk about the meher, inshallah.
I think I kind of briefly discussed it, not in a Marriage Monday video, but in like one of my, oh my gosh, what do I ask for my dowry? And yeah.
Do you guys fear the evil eye? A lot of jealous people.
I mean, I feel like if you're doing what you need to do in terms of like, Ayatul Kursi, saying like 3 Quls and stuff like that, then it's like nothing befalls you except which Allah wills it to. So
right. I have faith in Allah, and if the evil eye is something that's gonna come on me, it's gonna come. Like there's gonna be jealous people just walking down the street, so everyone's eyeing you regardless. So
true.
If the evil eye comes and hits you, you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the evil eye is kind of like envy, someone wanting what you have, but they don't. How do I explain this?
Yeah, so you can.
I want to say it's kind of like in Western terms, kind of like jinxing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like
so like
you're envious and that jinx them.
Yeah, so it's
But
so how people in the West view kind of like not bad karma, but bad things happening to you. So
bad luck.
Like bad luck, right? So if someone's jealous of you, then it might seem like you're having a lot of bad luck, right?
Yeah,
and that's considered the evil eye.
Yeah, like they're envious,
right? So
and then hasad is like that jealousy, but not any type of jealousy. It's the jealousy where people actually want bad things to happen to you. So that's hasad.
Right. So there's some people that are haters and they're envious of you that give you the evil eye, right? And then there's some people that are jealous and haters and they want you to die.
Yeah, they're like, man, I hope his whole career goes down the toilet.
Yeah, I hope Amir doesn't have no more money. All right.
Talk about Punish a Muslim Day. We actually did talk about it in the beginning, and we basically said that be safe out in the, where a lot of things are happening, because out here in America, like in our area, there's not a whole lot of things that happen.
Look at this.
Amir, would you marry a second wife? People want to know, babe.
People want to know?
Would you marry a second wife?
I would, but not anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I already expressed why, but it would take me, like, I would need a lot of extra money around for me to marry a second wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I would need a lot of money.
Yeah.
If I don't have enough, like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta be able to buy multiple houses and
yes,
like
you
that.
would.
Like, there's no way. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If it's in my cards, then I will. If it's not, then no. I'm not gonna marry into a struggle, right?
Yeah.
Like I went to school, became an engineer so that I could get out of the struggle. I'm not gonna, put myself in a position where I'm right back where I started because, my hormones were jumping all over the place and I wanted a second wife. Like I think super logically about everything that I do.
That was a great response. I'm not a huge basketball fan, and Amir's not a huge Warriors fan.
Yeah. The Warriors got some serious Hassad for sure.
No, I did not put it in the contract. We discussed polygamy before we got married, and I didn't have an issue with it as long as Amir goes about it the right way. So I didn't put it in the contract. But I believe that women who have issues should put it in their contract. So I am an advocate for women who are for and who are for against it. Like
a woman can stipulate in their contract whether her man can have a second wife. If he breaks it, she can annul the marriage.
Would you consider making a video about advice for unmarried sisters dealing with guys? I just noticed that it's really common.
Yeah, I support Real Madrid for sure.
To get involved in haram relationships. Yeah,
hope they win the Prem.
It's common for both, young girls and young guys, especially I want to say between the ages of 15 to 26 to enter haram relationships. And it's like, you could give someone as much advice as they can, but some people just have to learn,
It says, no, I'm serious. Why would a Muslim man marry another wife?
Well, you already explained that.
Yeah.
You already explained that.
So like if you, they'll like when we finish the live stream, we're gonna inshallah put up
key points,
timestamps for when we actually talked about our key points and everything. So then people can go back and rewatch it and see what points and things we were actually saying in regards to the topic of today.
What's up with your unmarried sister, Kamara? I'm asking for a friend. My unmarried sister is 7 years old and younger, so
yeah,
she's a child. That's what's up with my younger sister.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Muslim.
What's that?
Yeah, I noticed. I got late. Sorry about that. Love the stream. Yeah. Amir,
how are you gaining confidence to get married? You seem shy.
I'm not really super shy.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident in myself, So in regards to being able to talk to people, it's never been an issue for me, right?
Hold on. As a Muslim man, I went over the line. Sorry, forgive me. If she, I don't know her name, dies, I will marry Amir.
What? What is going on?
That reminds me. Last night, Amir and I just got done having like a dinner date, and he was singing outside. And I was like, baby, you need to stop singing because that's how you're going to get yourself a second wife. And then as soon as I got done saying that, this guy was like, hey, let me marry you. Obviously, he was talking to Amir.
Yeah,
so.
I think he died at 50. I'm pretty sure. Because last time I said 20.
I don't know, but whatever it was.
Yeah, so thanks.
Thanks for using Super Chat. And, it's all forgiveness here.
Are you a Somali brother? I am fully American. Like, there's
no Somali in your DNA.
I'm American, right? If you want to be specific, I'm African American according to our standards. But obviously, if I go overseas, I am American, man. Yeah, I'm American. Yeah.
I swear you had 2 other sisters that were in their late teens or 20s. Both of my sisters are married. So you're saying like I have sisters who are that age, but they're both married. You said my unmarried sisters, and they're 7 and younger.
Yeah, one of them already has a kid, yeah?
Yeah, a whole entire baby.
Yeah.
Can't believe someone would pay to get their comment highlighted. Hey, I can. I mean, hey, if you want to use Super Chat, get that stuff highlighted. Yeah, we can't read every comment.
Yeah, we can't. Well, we'll definitely read the Super Chats for sure.
It says, Kamar, do you get jealous? Like, how do you handle it if you do get jealous? Don't you think that you will get super jealous if he gets married again, or even outside on the street when girls look at him? Actually, I am not like super jealous. I play super jealous, but I'm not super jealous. Like, of course, I have that type of jealousy, but I'm not super jealous to the point where if Amir gets a second wife, I'm going to completely shut down and close myself off and become like unresponsive in a sense. It's like,
let me say, Amir, how often do you go to the gym?
We were supposed to go like 5 days a week, but
yeah, we used to go 5 days a week, but with travel and everything, I haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks.
I lift.
Yeah, we lift.
I squat.
Yeah, Kamar is hella strong.
I'm hella strong.
Electrical engineering. You guys plan on doing an ancestry test video? We've actually already done our ancestry thing, but I mean, we could do a video on it. A lot of people seem to like those.
I have mine up already.
Yeah, maybe we just do a new one. Q&A ancestry.
If you think from now that you're going to be jealous, then you'll be jealous. Yeah. I mean, even if I tell myself, oh, I'm not going to be jealous, I'm not going to be jealous. I know myself.
I don't think that women could not be jealous if you get married to a second wife.
Like even the prophets' wives, they were jealous women. It's a part of like who we are,
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like when you take that jealousy to an extreme, then it becomes an issue. But feeling jealousy, like I don't think a person should feel ashamed of feeling jealous. Like that's how we are. That's emotions, and you shouldn't be ashamed of how you feel. But you can't really control how you feel. You can control your actions. You have the control over how you act upon your feelings.
What not to do when females and a male are taking in.
Wait, what are you reading?
Talking. It says, can you guys do a video on what not to do when a female and a male are
talking in hopes of getting married? I think that has to be kind of more specific because we kind of made a video about like the questions you do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out a way for like what's a good avenue in which like young Muslims can meet, right? It's like there's no one way that we meet. Like I think a lot of people meet in college and things like that, and then you have the older people who are just trying to match up people of the same kind of ethnicity. But I think that our like the youth, we're a lot more integrated and we're more accepting of other cultures, and I think that we want to diversify ourselves. So I don't know. I think it'd be good to figure out a way for us to create a way for us to meet. It's hard to really pinpoint like a great like one way to do it because
there is no one way to do it. But
it's like it's trying to figure out how we can do it, but in an Islamic way, but also be able to incorporate, our 21st century mentality.
Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of people who want us to talk about Punish Muslim Day, and I've seen videos where people got, it's a serious matter. People trying to, harm you, but at the same time, like just be aware of your surroundings. Don't let it scare you to the point where you don't want to go outside. This is what people want. They want you to feel fear. Like don't feel fear. Listen, you guys, if someone harms you because you're Muslim, guess what? You become a shaheed. Just saying.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like if you're going to, like for me, I don't know. I'm a guy, so I'm not really men aren't really affected by Punish on Muslim Day, especially with like going on right now because there's a lot of men that are wearing their beards. So I mean, when you walk outside, you're pretty much a shadow, right? Mm-hmm. The females are the ones that are the actual kind of the walking Muslims, if I'd say, So it's just if you're a man and you see, and on this day, you see a Muslim female, you guys are going in the same direction, keep an eye on her, where the men are the protectors of the women. So make sure that you're keeping an eye out for all your Muslim sisters.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like don't walk out alone, like especially women, like don't walk out by yourself. walk in groups, and also if you can walk with like your brother, like your husband, your dad, someone. Like don't go by yourself. Be aware of your surroundings, but don't let this fear like completely isolate you. Don't let this take over you. That's exactly what they want.
He says walk around with a mahram if you don't normally do it. Do it on that day, inshallah. Yeah, that's a good point. Walk around with your brothers, your dad, things like that. I wouldn't really change anything that I'm doing. Right, just move on. For the most part, just because something's on a certain day doesn't mean that everyone's going to be participating in this. Right, you can spot someone who's been looking at you kind of weird. Right, their face is kind of scrunched up, and you're like, what's up with this guy? Like, is he on drugs? Like, why is he looking at me like that?
Yeah, so I guess the day is April 3rd. So, people in England are crazy. So keep your toes alert.
What's today's date?
The 1st. But I don't know. I feel like if someone wants to harm you, they're not going to wait all the way to the 3rd to harm you. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Someone hates you. Like, why wait until it's April 9th? I thought it was April 3rd.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, just be safe. Every day we have to be safe, regardless.
Oh, and how about when girls are walking outside half naked in front of him? Do you get suspicious that he's looking? Do you accuse him? Do you handle? No, I don't. I think trust is one of the biggest things about being in a relationship, because I trust that Amir lowers his gaze when people walk around half naked. I trust that it's not going to be like this huge fitna for him. I trust that, so it's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch him as these girls walk past. Cause I don't care. I mean, if he does, of course I'm like, what are you doing? But most likely he's not looking at lust. He's looking like, wow, it is 50 degrees and this woman is wearing booty shorts. I'm like, I know, babe. How is she doing that? I don't know. She's cold. And look at her wearing Ugg boots too. That's a contradiction. Why is she wearing booty shorts 50 degrees with Ugg boots? I don't know, babe. I don't know. Yeah. That's probably how that conversation would go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty good at not really kind of lowering my gaze. It's a skill that you have to develop in college.
Yeah.
It's like, plus, when you're with your wife.
Oh, with the squirrel.
When you're with your wife, you're married to her. That's my woman. So it's like, what do I care about other women at that time, right? I'm with my wife, right? It's disrespectful for me to be looking at some other woman, when especially my wife's right there. Like, what? What are you doing?
Do you both work? How is it depending on your spouse for money for things? I do work, and in the beginning, I didn't. Like in our first 6 months, I did not work, and I was so bored, and I did not like asking him for money, even though he had no problem with giving me money. We actually set up this plan to give me like an allowance, but I was like, you know what? I gotta work. I can't wait weekly for this money. I need to go get my own money and wait weekly for that money.
All right. Everyone wants to harm Muslims, and soon maybe wars.
If Amir gets married again, you'll feel sad though, right? Of course. I mean, not having him with me all the time will make me sad, but it's not like, I don't know, it's like whatever.
Where would you choose to live? If you had a choice, where would you choose to live? If I had a choice, I would. Yeah, it's difficult. Like I would. Everyone wants to live in a Muslim country. People want to live in the Middle East, but they don't really accept you. They don't give you citizenship and things like that. They make it really difficult. Like I know people that live there and they have to fly out, fly back just to get visas. Like I don't want to move to a Muslim country if I'm not accepted as a citizen. I've been in America my whole life, and I feel really safe in America, to be honest. It may not have the best, there's things that could be better, but as far as countries, for me right now, I think I like living in America, to be honest. That's just me.
Yeah. Because I would want to go somewhere where I could, put roots in, and like you can't go to the Middle East and a lot of the places where you're used to the certain standard of living and have property there, own a business there. So it's like, why move to a country and struggle because there are majority Muslims there if you can't really live your life? Because I mean, there's a lot of the Muslim community in America is very strong. Like, even though we don't have Muslims everywhere, it's like we are very community oriented. Like during Ramadan and like during Eid, it's like we have all these type of festivals and like closeness that you don't really see overseas because there are Muslims there every day.
So you still would be married to Amir if he married another wife?
Of course. I got a good husband, alhamdulillah. So I'm not gonna.
Is there a certain cutoff for having kids? What do you think about continual education and having kids later? I think that you should. Education and kids can be difficult, but it's definitely doable. If you already have like a bachelor's degree or something like that, I think that you should go for having kids because you'll already be in a decently stable position, and a lot of Muslims are in grad school and they have children and wives. There's no problem with that. But when you're an undergrad, unless you're an older undergraduate, a lot of us are very immature and we have a lot that we need to handle before we what?
Bro, I'm not hooking you up with my mom.
She's funny, amazing eyes, and confident.
I need to screenshot this and send this to her. That is hilarious. Actually, I'm gonna do this one. That is hilarious. You're not marrying my mom.
What if
Thanks for using Super Chat
loves
though.
Another wife more? She wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. I mean, come on. I'm Kamara.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about treating your wives fairly, right? Not like showing one wife more love than the other is not treating them fairly.
It's not treating them fairly.
And you have to treat your wives fairly if you want to have multiple wives, for sure.
Would you leave your education to get married if the right person comes? No. No, the right person wouldn't make you leave your education.
Yeah.
They would not encourage you to do that.
Right, because if you're especially for a man, right? A woman having an education is valuable, right? She can teach your children things. Like if she's not working, right, she can educate your children at home. But if your wife has no education or no knowledge, no street sense, things like that, when you're out at school or when you're out at work and she's home with the kid, what is she providing a benefit to that child, right? She's feeding him, putting his clothes on, right? Maybe cleaning if she's clean, because not all girls are clean. So it's like, but at least if she has an education, she'll be able to educate your child. Obviously, like they're asking about memorizing Quran. She could show them memorizing Quran. Education isn't just book smarts, but also educated in the deen. Like what kind of benefits is she providing? Do you guys memorize? I try to memorize.
We're not like Hafiz though, but maybe one day. Kamar, has someone said you aren't black, or has he been questioned? I mean, my blackness has been questioned all my life because of the lack of melanin. But yeah, it's something that I'm used to.
This is, can you talk? Can you talk a little? Oh God.
Can you talk a little to us about the Islam rules with marriage and like the rule on how many days we have to be intimate? There isn't like a set day.
Yeah.
Set day. You don't like, okay, we're married now, so that means we have to be intimate 3 out of the 5 days or 1 out of 30 days. It's like that's between you and your spouse.
Right.
Like you don't have to go, okay, let's go talk to a sheikh to see how often. Of course, everyone has rights. So it's like, I know that they say
says I disagree on polygamy subject, you guys. I practice with many restrictions. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's practice with many restrictions.
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
And
I forgot what I was saying.
Do you guys? It amazes me. Mormons, Jewish people can all work together. I wish Americans could do the same. American Muslims do a great job of actually working together. American do a great job actually. You just have to be more involved. Like if you're not involved in your community, then you'll feel like Muslims aren't doing much. But if you actually get involved in your community, then your eyes will be open to the great things that your community is actually doing. Mm-hmm. Who braids his hair? My wife.
That's me.
Good. When he wants and when she wants.
Anime. What was that question about anime? Just find anime. Never mind. Do you guys have any collaboration plans with other Muslim YouTubers? Yes, actually I do, but it's just getting all the schedules planned and finding a good time to get everyone together.
So we've been streaming for an hour now.
It hasn't even been a full hour. Oh, for that, yeah. But I mean,
let's see. Who would have thought that we'd end up streaming for a full hour?
I know, with 131 viewers, babe.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Like, we appreciate the support. Everyone who comes and likes the videos, things like that.
If you're not okay with answering, how many kids do you guys want, and when do you think about having kids? I think someone could say how many they want, but it's like
it's up to a lot. Yeah. I think I want I want an even number of kids. Maybe like, because like if I have one kid, I want to have another kid, right? So that they can kind of grow up together and have someone to be with, at all times, or someone to at least keep them in check, right? It's good to have that, like a younger brother and sister, someone who's there who can, motivate you in a different way. Because there's certain things that you tell or talk to your sisters or brothers about, which you don't talk to your parents about, and you need that type of interaction, because children give children advice, right?
Yeah.
And that advice if it's coming from your brother and sister, it's inherently coming from your parents, because they are the ones that instilled the morals and values within you, right? Otherwise, you have to depend on the morals and values which have been instilled in a child by someone else. So by having another child around the same time, it's good. It's good for both parties.
How do you think you can improve as a wife, Kamara? I mean, there are a lot of ways that I know I can improve, but I'm not going to go on the list of what I can do to become a better wife. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, there's a lot she could do, if she wanted. Oh man, I love you, babe.
I know, I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I improve on, babe? I'm just kidding. Man, I'm just kidding.
We're not.
Well, Amir, what careers were you considering before choosing your major in engineering?
Before choosing engineering, I was considering business. And what I'll say is that you should go with your first mind. Like whatever you want to pursue, you can be successful in whatever you want to do. And if you want to be happy with all of your choices, right? Go with your first mind, pursue your goals, and work for them as hard as you can.
What do you do if one of your siblings always shuts himself out of the world and never talks to you? I tried to help, but never listened. I think sometimes you have to kind of look at yourself to make sure you're not coming out in an attacking way.
So someone's going to pray.
Oh, walaikum salam. Oh, yeah, walaikum salam. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, kind of check to make sure you're not coming off in an attacking tone. And if you're not, and if your way of approaching is very like genuine, and sometimes people that's just how they are. I feel like you shouldn't try to force someone to talk to you. If they're not ready to talk to you, then
it says next time you should have mods, inshallah. Yeah, I'm gonna do some research about how the YouTube Live and everything works, because it was kind of just almost spur of the moment. and I wanna understand like what's actually going on. So then like we can add mods and like people have emotes and all of these
What
different
are those
things.
things? What is that?
Like I know is that I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I gotta figure
What
it
is
out.
that?
All right.
You can't dislike polygamy, but you can't disagree with polygamy. It's the same thing as disagreeing with Quran, just correcting the person who commented.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
That's very true. Like, that's well said. So what are we talking about? Mods and what?
No, so like within your chats, if we're doing lives, you can have mods. I don't know what a mod is, and but you can also have people like add emotes. So like, so that person put thanks heart, right? You can
Uh-huh.
add exclusive emotes, right? And it's I don't know. It just adds to the kind of the community in the chat, you know. And
I don't know. Maybe because
but
this
then
is just webcam live and
but
not
then
like.
there's something like they have what are super chat too. So super chat.
Yeah, that's super chat.
Yeah, so like this person AYZ
Das.
Das AYZ Das Azi Eyes Das
A's das.
A's Das.
A's das.
He or she has super chat, right? And that's why it's highlighted in the chat. And so yeah, we just gotta do some research to figure out how all that stuff works, and then we'll be able to provide a better.
Oh, mod is someone who kicks someone out. Let's see.
Oh.
I don't want to accidentally kick anybody out, but do we have that option? Oh, we can. We could put a user in timeout.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we could do that. But I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
I don't feel like
we don't have anyone that's swearing and things like that, so it's fine. And like we only have we don't so like once you get like 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, something like that, then you'll have a lot of trolls that'll be flooding into your things, and they might be swearing and things like that. And I think that YouTube has a way of immediately booting people out who are using that type of language, and then we'll be able to do that. But mods would be a good option as well. But for right now, we don't really want people to I like the if people are talking or expressing their points, it's okay, because that's what Muslims face on a daily basis, right? We're not. I mean, obviously, you have that. What is it? Heard a Muslim punish a Muslim day. It's like we face adversity every day. So what's wrong with facing adversity in a small chat room?
Yeah. Yeah, but right now we live in a really, really big Muslim community, one of the biggest in California and in the Bay Area. So just to answer that question.
There's a lot of Somalis here, right?
Yeah, there's a huge Somali community. I feel like it's here, Minnesota, and Sweden.
Yeah,
outside of Somalia
and Eritrean.
Yeah, East African in general, but I feel like there's more Somalis out here but East African in general.
I think there's more Eritreans than Somalis here.
No way.
Maybe.
No way.
There's hella Eritreans.
No way. There are way more Somalis than Eritreans out here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you love the Somalis? Yeah. I'm actually photographing a Somali wedding.
I love all Muslims. I love everyone in general. I wish the best on Muslims, non-Muslims. Like, I hope that we can all just, live great lives, man. It's just, we only get one. Like, I want to enjoy it. We should all enjoy what we have.
Wait, what? Sorry, I totally tuned out. Did you say something else other than...
What? What did I say?
Are you Somali from Sweden? Because there's a lot of Somalis in Sweden. Somalis in Toronto, too.
No. I haven't been to Canada. You guys say man a lot, though. I haven't been to Canada, man.
From where I live, Ethiopian's heavy out here. Would you ever come to England? I would go there. I'll eat some tea. You don't eat tea, you drink it. Unless you get a spoon and slap it like soup. Get some beans and toast.
Crepes.
Crepes? That's somewhere else, some other European place.
All right. Amir, how do I find my passion? I don't know what I want to do. You have to just expose yourself to a lot of things. There's a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, and like if you enjoy something, like right now I'm learning about how to build computers, right? So I like doing things that are more hands-on and things that I can learn about technology and new things. So I mean, just find whatever you like. It's there's no one way to find your passion. Inshallah, may Allah make it easy for you to find it. I mean,
my DNA says I'm Nigerian.
It's pronounced Crips.
Crips. I mean, was it hard finding new friends in the Bay?
Was it hard? No, it was super easy. I'm a pretty likable guy. Once I talk to someone.
This person loves Somalis. Thanks for using Super Chat again.
Yeah, if you love I love you guys from Norway. Who's from Norway?
Norway, cool.
Nice.
Honeymoon.
Norway's a nice place to go.
We should go to Norway.
It's freaking nice in Norway.
Amir sounds super chill.
Yeah.
That's because you're monotone.
Yeah, people don't even know that. Like, I have to work really hard to kind of change or like at least project my voice because I am slightly monotoned and my voice is deep. So sometimes like in the videos I'm like, oh crap, like I gotta change, I gotta like really try, I gotta try harder, so then it doesn't sound super boring, but at the same time it's like there's not much I can really do, so
that's just
alhamdulillah, I'm blessed though.
Hijab Harry is super smiley. I'm smiley.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually trained to smile all the time, and it kind of just stuck with me. Like when I first started working, they were always like, "No, you have to smile. You have to smile." So like when I talk now, I kind of like smile and talk, and it just makes things happy. I also like Kumar and Amir. I love your YouTube channel. You guys make a great couple, mashallah. From Sumaya and London. I love that name.
Do you guys feel a responsibility to be a good example of Muslim couples on YouTube?
I don't feel like it's a responsibility of ours, but I feel like I feel like it's good to show that diverse Muslim couple,
Right. I think I just like I guess it's another way for us to give back. Like there's so many different ways you can use your platforms and your ability to, so you can use your platform so that you can speak to Muslims.
My name too.
So.
And no, I don't do my eyebrows, you guys. I fill them in, but I don't.
How do I get rid of shyness and be more outspoken? So I was super shy for a while, and the way that I got out of my shyness is I just started to talk to people. Like, you have to force yourself to speak with individuals, and that'll give you the ability to build rapport with more people. So now when someone confronts me and they talk, I can have a decent conversation with anyone that I meet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the best thing. And then they also there's videos on YouTube that talk about building rapport, and when you're talking to people, like when you approach someone, you want to have like eye contact. If you're smiling, that helps to release endorphins and them. So like it lightens the conversation and brings more energy to the conversation. Asking them about things that they seem to like to talk about. So once you get someone going, right, you keep asking like small questions about that topic, and then people will just continue to talk to you. So it's just super easy. And
wait, you had to watch this on YouTube?
No, I learned that myself.
Oh.
Yeah, just by talking to people.
TED Talks. I like TED Talks.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean, TED Talks seems, I don't know. Their topics are so wide range. It's like
Would you guys film any other series like Marriage Mondays on your channel? Actually, yes. Millennial Talks.
Yeah.
We're thinking about starting that up.
Yeah. Muslim Millennial Speaks? Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about doing something related to our generation, talking about our Muslim experiences.
And like not only getting us, but also like other people to talk about.
Yeah, things like situations that they've gone through, or like having people email us like small stories, and then we'll relay that story on behalf of individuals.
But right now, it's kind of hard because of our schedules. Like we are actually very busy. And so even though we try to start like just ask Q&A,
Brooklyn,
like even that was kind of hard because of our schedule. So it gets
Mhm.
hard because, you know, Amir goes to work
Mhm.
and I go to work, and then on the weekends I have my photography job that I do. So it's like, it's kind of hard. How is young Muslim community where you guys are? Are most young people married? I would say no. Then again, I don't know. I don't know anyone
Yeah.
here.
Amir, were you always this smart, and how do you become like this? I don't consider myself smart.
He was.
No, it wasn't, babe.
Yeah, you always tell me stories how when you were in first grade and what you would say to your teacher. And I'm like, wow, you were smart. You were wise.
Mhm.
You were always very wise.
Oh wait, what story I tell you about when I was in first grade?
I don't know. It was something on a field trip or something like that, and they were like, oh, the animals like this, and you're like, well, how would you like if you were in a cage or something like that?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, like I asked this teacher. We were on a field trip, and I was like, man, they're like, yeah, we're going to the zoo, and then so I'm looking at the animals, and I'm like, the animals don't look too happy, and then I was like, do you think they like being caged like this? And then the teacher's like, well, yeah, I mean, we feed them this, that, and the other, and I'm just looking, I'm like, I don't think so. How would you like being caged in your classroom for
8 hours a day?
For 8 hours, you know? And then she just kind of like, yeah, no, they really like it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
How can us Muslims make it easier for converts to welcome and inclusive? Do you have any experience with that? Well, we're not converts, so, but I mean, I think born Muslims need to stop treating converts like they're this rare jewel that when they come in, you kind of just like look at them and then you walk away and, you know, you leave them there.
Yeah.
Because it's like we look at converts and born Muslims as two separate things. It's like we're all Muslim. I think that's the problem. You got to stop looking at people who convert as converts.
Yeah, I think that's probably for millennials, that's probably our most difficult, our most difficult situation, right? So the older group, they're really welcoming of converts, right? Converts come in and they come to them. But when they come to them, right, the uncles and stuff, they tell them, all right, you got to 35 times a day. You got to learn how to read the Quran. They give them all these things you got to do, right? But us, we know that they're not going to be able to do that on their first day, right? So we're more accepting of them to, you know, kind of gradually enter the deen, but at the same time, we're not super inclusive of them unless they're the ones that unless through us they've entered the deen, right? So unless they're our friend, we're not super inclusive of them, like talking to them and associating with them. But I think that if we start doing that more, then it'll be easier for converts and they won't feel so left out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's time.
Yeah. You know, I think it's time for us to go, you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone showing up and providing support. Alhamdulillah, it was a really interesting experience. I didn't think that it would go this well. I've never actually done a live.
Yeah.
This is for really my first time ever doing live. So I think I did all right.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did a good job doing a live video.
I think we did.
Yeah, we got to go. What was your question? See, that's why you got to use Super Chat, you guys, because they highlight the questions and we don't see them.
All right, so let's see. We'll answer one more question and then I like to make du'as before I leave.
Okay, hold on. This one. I'm getting married before Ramadan, inshallah. What one piece of advice could you give me, a 22-year-old girl? Oh, watch our video of the wedding night. Watch that one. And also watch, I think that's yeah, watch the wedding night video we have.
What question am I going to answer? Let's see. What do you think we lack as a Muslim community? I think that we lack a presence. I think the youth lack a presence in the political landscape. And I think that we need to empower our youth to vocalize their opinions and take strong stance. Yeah, everyone's like super empowered when they're in in MSA and college, but I think that if we're able to help our youth a little bit more, then we'll be able to help them to create platforms at a younger age. So then when they get older, they'll be able to be stronger-willed and stronger-minded individuals. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thanks everyone for showing up. Inshallah, I'll make a quick dua. I want to thank all the Muslims and non-Muslims that showed up. We appreciate all of your support, and we wish you the best. May Allah make it easy on all of us and help us to improve ourselves and in our deen. Ameen, and may Allah make it easy for us to reach Jannah. Ameen. All right.
Okay, inshallah, I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when that next time will be, but it'll be next time. Okay, you guys. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.